Good Sunday evening, my beautiful, wonderful friends. It's freezing here in Southern Ohio. It is, I don't even know how cold it is. It says it's 25 right now. I'm not sure if I believe that, but it is warmer today than it has been. So with the wind chill, it's a little bit colder. Listen, I would not have gone out of the house today if Maddie hadn't come home. Maddie's my daughter, if you're new here. And she came home. So we hung out today. We had a great day. But I'm home now and deciding on dinner. So I decided to make some lasagna. And let me tell you why. The other day I was watching Valerie Bertinelli. Do you know who Valerie Bertinelli is? She used to be on, she's an actress. She used to be on TV shows. She does some of the judging on the cooking shows. But she has her own cooking show. She's married to Eddie Van Halen. Used to be. Anyway, she made a basic marinara sauce. And I watched her the other morning. I thought, that's super easy. Why am I buying these sauces when I could just make them fresh? And it was super easy. So I'm going to show you her recipe that I followed, and we're going to make it together for our lasagna. Now she used three of these boxes, but I don't think we're going to need 3 for lasagna. I'm going to see, but I think 2 is going to be enough. But I'll share you the recipe with the 3 boxes. Okay. First things first is 1/3 cup of olive oil. Okay. Let me get that in our pan. All right. Now she said she used this 3 different ways. She used it for some meatballs. She used it for a lasagna soup. And I always make that today, but I'm just going to go with the old-fashioned lasagna today. And it looks so good. Okay, so we've got our 1/3 cup of olive oil in the pan. Now she used fresh garlic. I forgot to get any, so I have my minced garlic. And I think it was 6 cloves of garlic minced. So I'm just gonna eyeball this. This is my minced garlic. I'm just gonna measure with my heart. Okay. Now it smells so good. We're gonna take this straight to the stove. And we're going to give that garlic a minute to kind of brown up, not burn. So don't turn it up too high, just a medium heat. And then I'll come back once we get this going. It's so simple. We only need a few more ingredients. Okay, we just gave that literally just like a couple of minutes for that olive oil and garlic to get infused together. It smells so good. These boxes, okay, so her original recipe called for 3 26-ounce boxes of chopped tomatoes. Now I got string tomatoes, and I'll tell you why. If you know, because I have diverticulitis, I don't want any seeds. So you can choose whatever. These boxes were a little bit more expensive because they were string. The regular tomatoes were a little bit cheaper, but I was afraid I would get them home and they would be full of seeds, and I didn't want to take the time to strain them. Now listen, too, I couldn't figure out how to open this box. There was like no directions on how to get it open. And I tried to split the top like a milk carton, but it wouldn't. I don't know. Evidently, I'm dumber than a box of tomatoes. Anyway, 2 boxes of this. Her original recipe called for 3. But like I said, I'm making lasagna, and I don't think I'm going to need that much. Because she kind of used it for other things too. She did some meatballs, and she did some lasagna soup that day. Okay, there are 2 26-ounce cartons of tomatoes in with that olive oil and that garlic. Oh, it smells so good. Now, all we're going to do now is add in a fresh basil leaf. She didn't even chop it. She threw it in whole, and she takes it out later. And some Italian seasoning, and she used dry Italian seasoning. 1 tablespoon. So that was 1 basil leaf, 1 tablespoon, maybe a little bit more, of Italian seasoning. Okay. Now, you know, my folks always put sugar in it. I'm going to reserve the right to do that until the end to see if that's necessary. I don't know. Okay, so that's it for now. When we take it off, we'll do the salt and the pepper and some butter. And that's it for her basic marinara. How easy was that, folks? And you know this is going to taste delicious. I guarantee it. Okay, so we're going to pop this back on the stove. That's going to go for about 7 minutes to simmer and all those great flavors to get together. Now, I'm going to get my next part of my... Sorry, I keep pushing my glasses up. They need adjusted. Try not to keep pushing them up. I'm going to get the next step for our lasagna ready, okay? Be right back. All right, so we've got the sauce simmering. Now we're going to mix up the cheese mixture for our lasagna. Now, I know it's frustrating. It's frustrating to me. But my husband hates ricotta. I've tried to sneak it in, and he knows. So I'm going to use cottage cheese because that's what he prefers. So just to keep the peace, I'm going to use cottage cheese. So I had 2 cups of cottage cheese there. You can use ricotta if your family likes ricotta. I'm going to add 1 egg. Okay. I'm not going to add any salt because there's salt in my Italian grinder here with the Italian herbs. And cottage cheese is kind of salty. Ricotta, you definitely want salt because it's not very flavorful. That's why you need to add a little bit more flavor to it. A little bit of white pepper. Sorry, I had the white pepper sitting there. Mix that up really quickly. Just mixing that up, our cheese mixture here. Now I'm going to add some Parmesan cheese. This is a shredded, grated. I'm going to add 1, 2, 3 tablespoons full. And really that's all you need for the cheese mixture. All I'm going to do for my cheese mixture. Okay. Now I do have my oven preheated to 375. And I have 2 pounds of ground beef. Now this I had meal prepped and had in the freezer. So I thawed this out today. So this is fully cooked ground beef. So you need 2 pounds of ground beef, or you could do a pound of ground beef, a pound of ground pork, or some sausage, ground turkey, ground chicken, whatever meat you would like to use, or if you want it vegetarian, maybe do some chopped tomatoes instead. Okay, now we are going to, I'm going to clean up this area, and then we're going to assemble our lasagna. I think I have everything here. It's time to assemble our lasagna. Now the sauce, to finish it off, I've had it simmering there with those basic ingredients. She added 2 tablespoons of butter. Okay, get those going there. She said it made it glossy and shiny. And you know, butter makes everything taste good. Some salt. Some salt here. And some pepper. I'm using white pepper. You can use whatever kind of pepper you want. Give that a quick stir. That butter is almost melted. I'm going to give it a quick taste. See if I need any more salt or anything. No, I don't even need sugar. Ooh wee. My ancestors are going crazy. Just kidding. Hopefully not. All right. Here's our sauce. How simple and easy was that to make this marinara sauce? Now, she put the rest in her freezer. Like I said, meatballs, spaghetti, chicken parm, lasagna, wherever you need a good marinara base. Dunk you some cheesy bread in there. So there it is, friends. So simple. I'm going to keep doing this. This is great. Okay, so I'm going to take a scoop of my lasagna, or my marinara sauce here. Thank you, Miss Valerie Bertinelli. Put that in the bottom. Miss Lola's snoring her head off. Okay. This will help keep those noodles sticking to the bottom of my pan. Now, the only noodles I could find were the fully cooked noodles, or the oven-ready noodles. This was the only box they had. And listen, Maddie and I are both short, and it was clear up at the top and the very back. And she likes fresh flowers, so she had a bouquet of flowers. So she turned them around, took the stems, and I was looking around for someone tall. We didn't find anybody. All right, so we're gonna lay these noodles down. So these are the oven ready. So you don't cook them, they cook in the oven. We'll do 4 across. And then I'm gonna do, I have to break this one a little bit. There we go. Oh, perfect. And I'll just throw the little extra piece there. Okay, so we have our oven ready noodles down. Now comes the meat mixture. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to pour, get it organized here a little bit, my ground beef right into that homemade marinara. So good. Okay. And give that a quick stir. And I forgot to take my basil leaf out, so I'll find it here in a minute. I'll get it taken out. Oh, this looks really good, friends. Let me show you. Look at that delicious meat sauce. Ooh-wee. All right, so now I'm just gonna ladle the meat sauce right on top of our lasagna noodles. We found the bay leaf. I'll get a spoon here in a minute, take it out. Now you want a good amount of sauce because those also help cook those noodles. So you want a good amount of sauce on there. Don't be chancy on the sauce. Okay, come on out of there, buddy. There we go. Bay leaf is out. Now comes that cheese mixture we did. I'm just gonna scoop it on. Plop it in place. I'm gonna do about half of my bowl. And I'll save the other half for this next layer. Spread it out. Go. We like things a little cheesy here. So what I'll do is I'll add a little bit of mozzarella cheese. You can use whatever kind you want. Just a little dab there. There we go. Yummy. Now, I'm gonna start with the next layer of noodles. And you see what I'm doing here? I just recently used these noodles. So I'm gonna go, I had a short piece on this end, so I'm gonna do a short piece on this end this time. I've only used these one other time, and they really freaked me out because I'd never used them before, and I was like, are they gonna work? And they did, and I was like, oh, that's handy dandy. Okay. We've already got a broke one here, so that'll work out. There we go. Let's get that down. All right. Next comes our delicious meat sauce. I think the two, if you're not going to save it for another meal, I think the 2 boxes, they were 26-ounce boxes, or cans if you want to get it in a can. Like I said, these were a little bit more expensive because I knew they were strained. I wasn't going to have those tomato seeds in there, which can really just about kill me. I don't want to go to the ER tonight. I got stuff I want to do tomorrow. Fun stuff for me. Okay, there we go. Another cheese layer. This will finish up our cheese. Plop in there. I didn't put too much in that other layer. It's all right. It all cooked together. All those layers will be just fine. There we go. Now, I'm debating if I want to go another layer. You know what? Let's go for it. Let's triple layer this baby. Live on the edge. This is me living on the edge with a 3 triple layer lasagna. I know I'm a nerd. It's all right. I accept the fact. My kids like to tell me all the time. Listen, Maddie and I stopped at the thrift store today. They was playing some Dolly Parton. I said, Maddie! Across the store, I was singing. They were playing 9 to 5. Okay. Go. Just gonna squeeze all of them lasagna noodles in there. There we go. Now, this thing, I might have to call it Mason to help me. Last thing of sauce here. Listen, it's kind of late. Like, it's almost 6 o'clock at night because everybody's been running today. Everybody had chores to do. So, I may not be posting this till tomorrow morning. But I'll post it. You'll see it. You'll see it. Look at that. I had just the perfect amount. So 2 boxes worth of ticket. There we go. I wish you could smell this. I wish I could share a big hunk of it with you. Now, in comes the cheese. This is just a fine shredded mozzarella. You can use whatever your heart desires. All right. Now this came together really quickly, didn't it? I mean, by the time I got my cheese mixture done, that sauce was done simmering. You could simmer it all day if you wanted to. She didn't simmer it all day. She just let it go for a few minutes. There is our complete lasagna. I'm gonna hit with a little bit more of that Italian seasoning. Friends. All right, I'm gonna cover it with foil. And we're gonna give it almost an hour in the oven for those, because those noodles need to cook. So this is nonstick foil, my favorite thing in the whole world. This is the nonstick side, so I'm going to put the nonstick side down on top of the cheese. That's it. I'm going to put it in the oven, and I'm going to see you in an hour. Oh my goodness, friends. Here it is, that lasagna we made together with that homemade marinara. Thank you, Miss Valerie Bertinelli, for that delicious, easy recipe. We're going to have some Caesar salad with it and some Italian bread. So I've tried to let this rest for about 5 minutes. So $3.75, this was in for an hour because I had those noodles that, cook in the oven. So the last about 10 minutes, I took that foil off to get the cheese a little brown. Let's cut into it. Looks like the noodles are done. Cut into it here. This is always the tricky part, getting that piece out. They say it's easier to get the middle piece out first. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, maybe it's true. Looky there, friends. Clean as a whistle. There it is, our lasagna with that homemade marinara. Oh, I forgot to give me a fork. I taste our delicious creation without a fork. Super hot. Get a little bite here. Got those layers of cheese. Slippery. Oh, friends, that is absolutely delicious. I'm loving that marinara sauce. We got the cheese. It's nice and salty, but not too salty. Just the right combination. Perfect a Sunday dinner. I'm going to call the gang in to come fix their plate. Mason's been ready for this. All right, have a good night. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for helping me cook this marinara sauce for the first time. You try it. You let me know what you think. And if you're new here, like and subscribe. Hang out with us, my friends. We have a good time. All right, friends. Lasagna. Lasagna.